There's something going on with AI that I need you to know about. And I'm going to show you in this video exactly the 10 things you absolutely need to know about AI as quickly as I can. And then I want you to take notes. And I'm also going to show you two tools that you can use right now. One of them is absolutely free that you can use to start making money with AI today. This is no fluff. This is something that I'm using currently and that I'm teaching thousands of entrepreneurs how to use on a daily basis inside of my memberships. And not only am I teaching them, many of them are going out and doing these things. Okay. So I want to share this with you because the people who are going to make the most money with AI are the ones who are paying attention, the ones who are not letting their fear or ignorance of it, which, I was ignorant of it, and there's some things I'm still ignorant of, just not knowing, not letting that stop them. Because here's the truth. This is what I know for sure. If you were to lock in for an hour or two today and just study AI and use a platform, an AI platform, you would know so much more about AI than you did 2 hours previous. It is one of those things where you can just plug in a little bit of time and effort and focus and have outsized returns. It's what's leveraged. And I'm going to talk about leverage in this as well. And that is where I look for. So if you're not familiar with me, by the way, my name is Arlan. 10 years ago, I was sleeping on the floor of an airport in San Francisco. And today I've invested in more than 200 startups. All right. So I have done a lot of the work. I've been around AI for several years, and I've been using AI for the last 3 years or so, in earnest for the last year, just really, really dialed in for the last year. And I, because I've seen so much and seen so many companies and seen the good and the bad and the ugly, and also been kind of tapped in these rooms, I know that it's passing a lot of us by. And I don't want that to happen. So, what I want you to do, if you can, is type in the comments, I believe in myself. I want you to say, I believe in myself, because I want you to believe that AI is for you. It's not just for everybody else to get rich or this person to know a hack and you don't know it. It is for all of us. It could very well be the thing that finally levels the playing field. I know it has a lot of issues and I want to help with those too. But right now, what I want to do with this video is show you the 10 things that you need to know about AI when it comes to making money with it as the entrepreneur that you are. And then I'm going to show you two ways that you can lock in right now. One of them is free, absolutely free, and it helps you make money so that you don't have to, like, you can learn what I'm about to tell you, and then you're like, well, what now? But I'm not going to leave you hanging like that. I'm going to show you exactly what to do next. So if you're ready, say, I believe in myself. You can say, I'm ready, and let's go. So I'll put it on the screen here. And the first thing I want you to know is, like, there's a money making angle, and then it's what it means practically. So we're going to go down this list of that I put together, right? Because I woke up today with like a fire in my belly. I'm like, I need you to hear this. So take notes, watch this more than once if you need to. And as you're taking notes and we're going through these 10, I want you to circle the things that kind of get your attention, because not all of it is necessary. But start to let yourself know what's interesting so you can dial in more on that later. Okay, so the first thing I want you to know to make money is I want you to sell outcomes, not AI access. The old software question was, what software should I buy? And SaaS stands for software as a service. What software should I buy? That's what that made the most sense, right? Do I buy Zoom? Do I buy Dropbox? What do I buy? The new question is, what outcome do I want my AI to produce? That is the whole business model. So entrepreneurs should sell finished outcomes, leads generated, books drafted. I'm doing this myself. Everything that I'm talking about here, by the way, I have worked on either myself or have worked with someone else to help them do. Legal docs organized, customer service handled, content produced, sales pages written, etc. The next thing is help small businesses implement AI. There are millions of small businesses that need help, and they need help using AI for the things that they do on a regular basis. That is a direct service opportunity for you. So you don't have to invent OpenAI or ChatGPT, but you can be that bridge. I talk about this all the time. Be that bridge that brings AI into a local business. Because if you're watching this video, you already know more than most of the local businesses around you. And you don't just want to go there because you want to make money or that, oh, I know that they don't know this, I'm going to teach this. You want to go there so that you can give them the opportunity to catch up with everybody else so that they don't go out. I mean, this is a crazy economy right now. This is a crazy life we're living right now. You want to help them have an edge. So go in there with that conviction, that confidence, and it'll be something that is mutually beneficial. Number three, build AI operating systems for specific niches. So OSs, I have several of these, and I teach you how to do these. Small businesses don't just need prompts, which we have. We learn how to prompt, and we can learn how to prompts are like the sentences, the words, the ingredients, the instructions that you put into AI. When you're typing into ChatGPT, you're prompting it. So these businesses could use prompts. That's like an entryway. An entrepreneur could create AI for dentists, AI for daycare owners, AI for real estate agents, AI for coaches, nonprofits, etc. This is a big deal because what you can do now with ChatGPT or Claude or Lovable, these AI platforms, and like I said at the beginning, if you go in for an hour or two and just spend time with it, what you can do now to spin up things for people is amazing. Number four, use AI to become a one-person company. I absolutely love this. We're talking about layoffs left and right. We're talking about economic uncertainty. And one of the things that I see entrepreneurs, the thing that gets them the most, the thing that really knocks them out, either they can't get started or once they've started, it is really tough for them, is the need to have several employees or vendors. It's just so expensive. Like I was just talking to a couple of people in the last 7 days, like literally where they were saying business is slow. And when business was great, I hired these two or three people, and now business is slow, and I don't have any profit margins. There's zero margins. I'm actually trying to catch up, head above water. And I think in a world where we have these mass layoffs, I'm very much a proponent of helping people get rehired and helping people get jobs out of school, et cetera, and helping people who are older get jobs. But I also really love this idea of us having autonomy to where we can spin up work whenever we want to. We can spin up revenue whenever we want to. So AI gives individuals the ability to act like a much larger team. One person can now have support for research, coding, sales, marketing, etc. That means entrepreneurs can launch with fewer contractors or employees, fewer delays, and lower startup costs. So if you tried the entrepreneur thing a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and it seemed extremely daunting, or you lost your shirt in the whole thing, come back to it and give it another try because things have changed. And as I said before, they're changing quickly. Have you had that happen where you're a little worried and daunted by it because you've already tried it and it didn't work the first time? Let me know in the comments. Number five, productize professional services. So productize meaning take something that you do professionally as a service where you do it in action and turn it into a product that you build once and you sell multiple times. Legal, finance, and it's, and on and on and on. And it doesn't even have to be only for small businesses. It can be for individuals. It can be for a certain type of person that you serve. I've seen this used for a person who has a hula hoop company, a hula hoop company. I've seen it, they teach hula hooping, and I've seen it for people who teach dance and movement. I've seen it for people who teach you how to sew. Don't just say, well, I don't know. I don't want to go into that world. What any world is what I'm talking about. You just apply what I'm saying to that world. Does that make sense? Let me know. Someone can take a service that used to require a team and turn it into a packaged offer. So think about what we just said in number 4. You can now spin up a business as a one person company and join memberships, join organizations so you don't have to be lonely, but you also don't necessarily have to take on the burden of other employees. And you can, I think you can build that up to $1 million company. And then beyond that, you can decide, okay, yeah, I want to bring in this person. I want to have a little bit more freedom. So if you do think about number 4 here, right here, and then you put that on number 5 and you say, okay, well, I did that for myself. Now I go to others and I do that for them. So a packaged offer is AI powered contract review prep or AI bookkeeping cleanup or AI sales script system. It's something that you create with AI, the systems to help yourself, and then you sell those systems to others. Number 6, make money from implementation before it becomes easy. This is so important. If you have gone somewhere else, if the kids are running around, if you've dozed off, please come back to me for number 6, because number 6 is kind of the crux of all of this. Helping small businesses implement AI may be a short-term opportunity, but also a massive one. Why is it a short-term opportunity potentially? Because things are moving so fast. I'm telling you, I'm telling you to pay attention right now. That matters. A short window can still be worth millions if you act on it early, which you are right now, if you're paying attention right this moment. The person who learns now gets paid to install systems, then discovers better long-term business ideas through those clients. So what that means is you understand this, like you're catching up to this. Okay, interesting. I can use this. I can learn a skill, the skill of putting together implementation, services, productize things for businesses or for individuals. I can do that. And the reason, by the way, we do that for businesses is because we can charge more and because they know the pain point faster. But you can do this for individuals as well. So the idea here for number 6 is I can do all that. And let's say the next 6 to 12 months, I do that and I have a system in place and I have an offer and a packaged price. And then during that time, I'm also paying attention. I'm just taking notes. I don't have to be like obsessed, but I'm just taking notes along the way, and observing. I'm having conversations. I'm doing transcriptions. I'm going along, and I realize, okay, I can see that in a few weeks, this company is going to need XYZ next, and I bet if this company does, this other person will too. And then you can start seeing around corners like I do. That is where the real money is. You don't always have to be running and racing to catch up if you can actually see it from your seat. Does that make sense? Like if you can see it from here, from where you are, you don't have to rush and run towards anything. That's when you feel exhausted. So it's this short term, it's understanding the short term play, and then it's deciding on over time what the long term play is. And you may be asking yourself, well, I don't think I understand how to do that necessarily. Let me tell you something. What I'm going to show you and talk to you about in a moment will help you do that. Okay. So number 7 is don't build a thin wrapper. You may have heard the term wrapper when it comes to AI. And what that usually means is like you take something like ChatGPT, you just have it as the underlying tech for something that you've made, and then you call it your own AI business. This is not bad or illegal or wrong. It just means that what is actually setting your thing apart when anybody could do that? So what I'm saying here is don't build a thin wrapper around the tech that already exists that you're borrowing from. Add things to it that make it your own. So the smarter play is to add distribution, niche expertise, data, community. I put this in bold, brand, human support, specific customer relationship. What I mean by this, if we want to be so specific and just simplified, is that I did this on the whiteboard a few months ago, and I talked about prompting and I talked about where AI was going. And I already said this months ago. But what's going to really work is not just, oh, I have a course, or oh, I have this tool that you can use. That's an AI tool, because everybody is going to have an AI tool. Do you understand? Like everybody that you know is going to eventually have some sort of AI tool. What you want to do is wrap around that something that only you can provide. It's not that only you can provide a community, but it's that you can only provide that one that is like yours, because it has you plugged in. It has the people you've curated to be in that group. So if you think about anything that I do, or if you don't know me that well, anything that I do, I have some sort of member access or community vibe to it, because that is the hardest thing to replicate. When the technology and the AI is at everybody's fingertips, that secret sauce that makes something special and customized is you. So you take your expertise, you match it with your desire and your ability to put people together over time. And when you start to develop that, it's called a moat, because you have this sort of protection around you. The more of that you can develop that's listed here, the more of a moat you have. Okay, does that make sense? I hope that was helpful. Now, number 8, use smart shortcuts, build smart hacks. This is called leverage. Remember earlier today in this video, I said we're going to talk about leverage. Leverage is one of my favorite things, and I demonstrate it every single day. It is what helped me go from being homeless to raising $30 million and investing in 200 companies, and now making millions of dollars for myself in the info space. All of it's from leverage. Okay, so I want you to have that skill and that ability too. With Arlan's AI Genie, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this to you so you can see what it looks like. You can. Let's take you there. Okay, so if you go to your first 5K club, the link is in the description below and the pinned comment. Come on in, it's free. All right, cool. Once you're here, once we let you in, because it's application, you come in and answer a couple questions. You go to the classroom, like you're going to want to, check out what people are doing. There's almost 30,000 people in there. It's pretty awesome. But you go to the classroom and there's a lot of cool stuff. And if you don't want to get overwhelmed, just go to your first 5K light and stay in there for a few days. Just go in there, don't get overwhelmed. You'll be good. But if you want to kind of skip ahead, go down here to AI for Business 101 and Advanced, okay? And click there. And then there's some information for you that I think is really going to help you. But I'm going to show you this shortcut. Go to AI Genie, and you're going to read about this. This is free. So it's a $9.99 product that I'm giving you for free. Yep. So you have all the information here, so you can read that on your own, but I'm just going to open it up so you can see what it looks like. So if you go here, you can go directly to it. I don't mind. But if you go here, what you have is instructions, a tutorial, so that I'm not leaving anybody behind. And you have these several prompts for these types of websites. So this is a hack, okay? This is leverage. And this is what's really cool. Well, let me show you this too, because I can just tell you. Let's see if I can find it. So Ray, I asked people how they made money based on what I taught them. Ray says, I followed your lovable website prompts and I sold my first website within 6 days of me being here in your first 5K. They agreed to $300. Now, after this happened in March, I interviewed Ray for this YouTube channel, and he went on to say that he said that he went on to sell another one for 300 and then another one for 500. And since then he's been just doing all kinds of things with AI, because what he did was he found, okay, let's see, I think I want to go and talk to a landscaping company that's local. So I'm going to take this advanced prompt that I have made. Arlen, I made this for you. I'm going to copy the prompt with one click. I'm going to go to something called Lovable, and there's all kinds of instructions on this page. I'm going to paste the prompt into Lovable. Lovable costs about $20 per month. So I'm not even going to worry about the whole year. I'm just going to worry about the first month. 20 bucks. I'm going to paste this into Lovable, follow the instructions, and about 10 minutes later, I'm going to have a website that's going to look like this. The company that I'm targeting has a certain name, obviously an address and kind of aesthetic to it. So I'm going to put a couple of things in this to make it more custom for them. Then I'm going to walk into that store or walk into that agency or that something where they are, or I'm going to find their email address, and I'm going to say, I have made a website for you that will help you get more customers, because I noticed that your website could use a little bit of a revamp. I already made it for you. There's some more customization I can do if you want this. Would you like this? You can purchase it from me at this price. They're either going to ghost you, reply that they're not interested, or they're going to say, I love it. Yes. If you do this for 5 or 10 businesses, and again, the list just keeps going on and on and on. Look at the page here. If you do this for enough businesses, let's say you do it for 10, you're going to get some people who reply. You're going to get some people who are willing to like talk it over with their spouse or with their partner or whatever, business partner. And then you're going to get at least one person who says yes. It's just the way that I have seen it. Now, what happens is people have that and they try it once or twice and they get a no and it hurts. And they're like, I don't like it. I don't like how that feels. So they move on. They don't try again. It's the people who tried it the 10 times, like I just said, and know that maybe I just spent 3-4 hours on something that won't work, but maybe that 9th time it does. And then you realize, oh, wow, I just made more in one sale than I would make in a whole day or two at my job. And if I could do 3 or 4 of these a week or 3 or 4 of these a month, my whole life would change. And that's what's happening to Ray and to Sam and to Sammy, who is a woman, and to so many other people who are using this inside of my membership because it's free. So why wouldn't you? Now, the other thing I want to tell you about is authorityxpro.com. That is my AI that is just changing the game for people. And I want to make sure you stick around for 9 and 10 because it's going to be really important. Okay. authorityxpro.com helps you with all of this. So if you've said to yourself, I really want to do this. I feel like there's something repeatable here or something that I can really build upon, but you don't know the exact next steps or the little things that come along the way, like what do people say and how do I respond to them and what do I offer this person versus this person, then you want to have Authority X Pro at your fingertips to give you that plan and that support. It's like having me as a coach sitting next to you 24/7. And I'm not just saying that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up a couple and see. So just 7 days ago, AXP is like Jordan and Nike. Once you step into those shoes, you start flying. Dion said, okay, so not going to lie, I love Arlan, but was like, I don't need another AI to talk to. This execution of Authority X Pro, because people call it AXP because they love it so much. on execution in a way unlike anything else. So thanks for the 24 hours. And what she means for that by that is that I'm giving you 24 hours free to sample, to test out AXP. So go to authorityxpro.com right now. You get 24 hours to use it for free. There's no credit card needed. Just go in there, use it. You'll see what's going on. And then Sam says the 3 free messages sold me. 24 hours is a strong starting point. And then my first launch 11 days ago, my first launch with AXP. Okay, so I launched my very first workshop today using AXP that guided me every step of the way, even telling me to remove a sentence here and there because Arlan wouldn't like it. LOL. I was a bit shaky, but I hit that send button to my real estate clients about women's clarity workshop. Let's see how long it takes for my first client. And then we keep going, right? She keeps going, she keeps going, she keeps going. Okay. And then there's using AXP as a game changer. AXP has given me clarity. My first sale after using it. So this is the same person, Karen, 11 days ago. Now, 3 days later, 8 days ago, she says my first sale using AXP. I came home last night after a long business day, checked my email, and I had my first sale for my clarity workshop that I created with AXP. I'm so excited. Just the beginning of great things to come, I believe. So cool, right? And it just keeps going. Dale says AXP done it again. Do. It's here. So I'm going to show you this. Sometimes people don't call it AXP. I'm trying to do the one that's the most recent, but all of these are amazing. Like all of these. Sharon, I just purchased AXP. It's no joke. It won't allow you to wait to get started. AXP. It's just like constant. Okay? And it's like having your whole business ready for you. It's just too cool. Okay, so let's keep going. Number 9, sell trust around AI. So most people are still scared or confused. Entrepreneurs can make money by being the trusted translator. You could say, I'll show you what to use, what not to use, how to protect your data, and how to get an actual result. That is especially valuable for older business owners, local businesses, and non-technical experts. This is something you can learn at any age. This is something that if you just spent a week or two working on, you would be so far ahead than where you are right now. If you spent 24 hours talking to Authority X Pro and you use the AI genie, you're like, okay, I'm using the AI genie. I am going to go into 10 local businesses. Help me know what to say to them. Okay, the next day, I went into 3 local businesses. This person said that person said that. What do I do next? Authority X Pro is going to tell you, boom, boom, boom. So you can use them together. Number 10, follow the picks and shovels logic. So let me tell you about picks and shovels. Do you know about this? During the gold rush in the United States years ago, people made money by striking gold, finding gold. They were picking and digging and finding gold for sure. But even more people made money by standing on the side of the road or up a hill on the way to these places where people were digging and selling them the picks and the shovels to dig and find the gold. So that is what we're talking about here. That is something that has been brought into tech that is often talked about. And now with AI, there are chips, energy, infrastructure, data centers, hidden bottlenecks. For regular entrepreneurs, the lesson is not necessarily to invest in chip stocks, which I have, by the way. The lesson is to ask, what boring thing becomes more valuable because AI demand is exploding? For example, AI training, what I'm doing right now, is boring until it's not. It is valuable. So could you learn enough about a certain platform or a certain way of doing things? Not necessarily how to make money, but could you learn enough about Canva? Could you learn enough about Lovable to just teach 1,000 people for the next 12 months how to use Lovable? Leverage, okay? AI setup. We talked about this. Compliance, workflow audits, content systems. Let me tell you another thing that would absolutely work is you go into a business, a small business, and we talked about it a little bit earlier. You go in and you don't even have to set things up for them, although that is another layer to what you could charge for. But you basically do an audit. And you say, all I'm doing is I want to come in and see where AI could be plugged in to better help you. And you do an audit over a few days. Maybe you interview a few employees or you just kind of observe or you get some of their data and you say, look, there's this is what you could be doing every day. You could have this system running. And if you get into AI agents on Claude and other places, you can take this as far as you want to. I'm not going to necessarily be the person to teach you about AI agents right now, maybe in the future. There are plenty of people who teach you about AI agents. I'm going to teach you about, for the most part, right? Lovable is kind of an agent. I'm going to teach you about the practical, feasible, get started today AI. If you want me to continue to make videos like this, please let me know in the comments. And I want you to look at this video so that you can know exactly what to do next and what to have in mind next so that you can keep going on this journey. Make sure you watch this video right now.